Konnichiwa, Irichi-san here. Hey guys, Rich here. Good morning. Yep. Yeah, I just did the Japanese greeting. Today in this video, I am going to be sorry. Today in this video, I'll be talking to you guys about a Japanese tuning car company. Now, this is the tuning company I've always wanted to do for such a long time. Today, I'll be talking to you guys about a tuning company from Japan. Today in this video, I'll be talking to you guys about the Japanese tuning car company Nismo. That's right, Nismo. So this one's gonna be a good one. I talked about like one of the tuning companies. I got it somewhere here. I know where I have it here. I've done this one before, long ago, long time ago. I've done this. So where is it? I knew what it was. I know what it was. This tuning car company, which I talked about. So where in the world is it? So, hold on. I got it here somewhere. Yes, there it is. Over a year ago, I recently talked about the tuning car company M-Power. So this is for BMWs and all that stuff. Now, so that was Germany is already done. Now, today I'll be talking to you guys about the Japanese. That's right, the tuning car company called Nismo. So this is Japanese we're doing. All right. And I'll possibly be doing more videos a little bit later, or maybe on Monday. I don't really know, but we'll find out what I can do for that. So yeah, before I start, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, comment down, comment down below what you guys think. Comment down below what you guys think. Hit that notification bell, and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. Hold on. Before I start, just gotta go get a drink of water. I'll be back. Always important to stay hydrated. It's always important. It's always the key. All right. So before I start, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, hit the notification bell, and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. Okay. So without any further ado, let's get started. So today I'll be talking to you guys about the Japanese tuning car company called Nismo. So here we go. Nismo. Nissan Motorsports International, or in Japanese is Nissan Multa Saputsu International. Say International. That says that was Japanese. Abbreviated as Nismo, is a division of it's a division of Nissan Motorsports and Customizing, focused in both motorsport, motorsport and performance orientated car models for Nissan, or Nissan as you would call it. Say car models for Nissan. Say Nissan. Nismo was initially a company, Nissan Motorsports International Co. Ltd. Uh, Nissan Moda Supotsu International Kabushiki Kabushiki Gaisha. formed formed in 1984. Formed in 1984 as a result of a merger of two motorsports departments being the in-house tuning, motorsports, and performance subsidiary of Nissan. It has competed in JSPC, which stands for Japan Sports Prototype Championship. The JTCC, which you guys know is the Japanese Touring Car Championship, the 24 Hours of Le Mans, or Le Mans, I can't really say it properly, but it's a French word, and the 24 Hours of Daytona. They currently participate in both Super GT and Formula E. Nismo ceased to be a company in April 2022 by being merged with sister company A.K.A, or Alteku, as they would call it in Japanese. So A.K.A is a division of Nissan Motorsports. I was gonna say Nismo. Nissan Motorsports and Customizing, focused on both tuning and converting Nissan cars. A.K.A was a subsidiary company of Nissan from its establishment in 1986 to 2022, when it was merged with Nismo. So A.K.A is spelled A-U-T-E-C-H. So A.K.A is spelled A-U-T-E-C-H. So, Nismo ceased to be a company in April 2022 by being merged with sister company A.K.A into a new Nissan subsidiary, Nismo Motorsports. Into a new Nissan subsidiary, Nissan Motorsports. Nissan Motorsports and Customizing. So, Nissan Motorsports International, or Nismo, as you would call it. The trade name is Nismo, obviously. The company type is a division. Its industry is automotive. It was founded as a company on September 17th, 1984. So that was 39 years ago. It's almost 40 years ago they founded. So it's as a company, and then as a division, it was founded on April 1st, 2022. So that was 23 months ago. So that was it was like over, like almost 2 years ago. Say as a division, it was found 2 years ago almost. So April 1st, 2022, 23 months ago, but almost 2 years ago roughly, as a division. Its headquarters is in Yokohama, Kanagawa Prefecture in Japan. Its products is cars and auto parts. Its services is both tuning and racing. Its parent is Nissan Motorsports, and so its parent is Nissan Motorsports and Customizing. For the website, you can go on is www.nismo.com, and just And also, like, for this website, it will show you all the information on, like, everything about Nismo. It was like about both innovation and performance, and it will show you like the stories about it and the motorsport for Formula E and Super GT, the world of Nismo, and you could discover what you could discover more, much more with this website. Uh, and you could check out some different cars. There's a history of it, and you can even, like, best thing, you could go to the store and check out a bunch of, like, merchandise for Nismo. They do, like, bunch of products. They do hats, bottles. They even do bags as well. It's kind of crazy, kind of weird, but that's cool. They even, not only that, they do hats, bags, bottles, shirts, sweatshirts as well, lanyards even, woven tag. They even do like glasses and all that stuff. What else? Say a lot more other stuff. They got like over nearly 30 products in total, almost. So I'll put the link in the description below, so you guys can check out more information about Nismo and all that stuff, and check out the products they do, its backstory, all that kind of stuff you guys could check out. After this video is done, I will put the link in the description. I'll put the link in the description below so you guys could check it out. So the website I'll show you is this one. So this is the website to go on, www.nismo.com. So I'll put the link in the description below. Apologize if you can't see it that well. I mean, you can, but not that great of a condition. Well, not condition, but quality. But I'll put the link in the description below so you guys could check out more information about Nismo at any time, any day you want. It's totally up to you. See, I'll put the link in the description below so you guys could check out more information on Nismo.com. It's not like I'm in a commercial almost. I don't know. But for commercials, you get paid really good money. It depends on what you're doing for your commercial. Anything. It depend on the type of payout. Like the amount of, it will also depend on the type of money you get paid for, and like how much they would cost you. Well, or in other words, how much they would pay you per like hour, I would say, or maybe per week or something, per month. I don't know. I mean, it could be anything really. All right. Next up is history. The Nismo story began in The Nismo story began in 1964 when a local company called Prince Motor Company, or PMC for short, realized that they could boost their sales by going into the competitive motorsport business. Nismo's first competitive motorsport debut was on the 1st of May 1964. In their first race, they ended up coming just short. However, it was bittersweet as the Skyline took all positions from 2nd to 6th place. In 1984, Nissan decided that it wanted to merge its two motorsport divisions founded through the 1960s. There were A.K.A. Works in Japan, known as Publication Division 3. Based in its A.K.A. factory, it's also known as Yokosuka, which is a city in Kanagawa Prefecture, Japan. So in 1984, Nissan decided that it wanted to merge its two motorsport divisions, founded through the 1960s. There were A.K.A. Works known as Publication Division 3. based in its Opama factory, responsible for the needs of privateer teams, and Omori Works, which is a special car testing division, with its Omori plant, within its Omori plant, responsible for its factory operations. The company's intention the company's intention following the merger was to specialize in sports car racing, but it also provided support for teams competing in the domestic F3 series. This is Japanese Formula 3. It's the Japanese Formula 3 championship. So in the domestic Formula 3 series. In 1988, the first dedicated race car by Nismo debuted and saw incredible performance in circuit races. This vehicle was the iconic Nissan Skyline R32. Sporting the GTR badge, which I talked about like over a year ago, the GTR range. Can't remember, but it was roughly a year ago, somewhere around there. So, sporting the GTR badge. So the GTR badge. In 1988, Nismo built its first car. The Saurus. Can't really pronounce that well. This name. It's spelled S-A-U-R-U-S. The Saurus? I can't really pronounce it. It sounds like a Lithuanian word or something, I don't know. In 1988, Nissan built its first car. The Saurus. Still can't pronounce that well. The Saurus. So it's spelled S-A-U-R-U-S. Saurus. For motorsport use for its one-make series. The following year, they developed the Skyline GTR for racing, as well as building the 500 Evolution editions for road use. The R32's generational grandchild, was the first car to be produced with a V-spec. In December 2021, God, I wish to go back to 2021. 2021 was the best. 2021, Nissan said it would merge both Nismo and sister company A.K.A, both a tuning and conversion operation, into a new company called Nissan Motorsports and Customizing Co. Ltd. The merger was completed on April 1st, 2022. Alright, next up is products. Products include the GTR 370Z, Sentra, Frontier, and the Duke Nismo. Kind of weird. Soon to be added to the range in the hatchback, Nissan Pulsar Nismo, and this one's the worst one. I hate this one, in the electric Nissan Leaf. What? Aside from the Leaf and all that stuff, those are terrible. Whereas the other ones, the GTRs, Nismos, 370s, 350s even, 300s, like 280s, 240s, 200s, they were brilliant. All of them were brilliant. Even S14, S13, S15 Sylvias, they were brilliant. Sorry if I did not say in the right order, but, they're always cool. SRs, RB engines, pretty cool. I mean, I do like the SR engines, the SR20s, and the Sylvias, but if I had to pick an engine from the Nissan generation, I would go with the RB engines, specifically the RB26. I mean, the RB25 is good, but the RB26 does sound better, you know. Specifically because it was used in the GTR Skyline, whereas the GTT used the RB25. So there is differences in the GTT and the GTR Skylines in terms of drivetrain, interior, engine, performance, all that stuff. And even the price and like the weight of the car. Depends on like what drivetrain you got for the car and what engine, gearbox even, and all that stuff. So there's just like change of differences there to both these two cars. So yeah, now we're on products. So products include the GTR, 370Z, Sentra, Frontier, and the Duke Nismo. Soon to be added to the range is the hatchback Nissan Pulsar Nismo and the electric Nissan Leaf. So aside from all that, let's move on to the next one. Tuning kits. Tuning kits. Nismo designs and so both designs and manufactures a range of aftermarket performance parts for Nissan cars, including aerodynamic parts, such as spoilers like rear wings, diffusers, alloy wheels, engine and suspension parts. Suspension parts. We should also do brakes. That'd be cool. The 2017 Infiniti Q60 being much criticized for its mild exhaust sound after 6 months. About 6 months after its introduction, had a specialty tuned Nismo muffler. So Nismo muffler made available through Infiniti dealers as an aftermarket item. Most Datsun, Nissan, and Infiniti branded cars have performance parts available from Nismo, either in like production or as old stock parts. For example, Nismo sells parts such as unground cam billets, performance cams, pistons, etc. for the K.A. So K.A. the K.A. 24E engine, which was used in the Nissan a small pickup truck for several years, and also used for the 1989 and 1990 model years of the 240 SX. It's like S13, S14, and all that stuff. It's a 240 SX, S13, and S14, which is the Sylvia. Popular car among import scene enthusiasts, especially drifters in North America. In Japan, the V35 Skyline and Z33 Fairlady, which is the 350Z, have both received several levels of Nismo tuning packages, such as like E-Type S, so E-Type, not for the Jaguar, E-Type, E-Type as in the Japanese Nismo tuning company, so E-Type, S-Tune, R-Tune, so E-Type, S-Tune, R-Tune, and S1 packages. Not sure about the Z-Tune though. With a full track spec, Fairlady Z debuted at the 2005 Nismo Festival of Speed, held formerly at the Fuji International Raceway. In February 2007, Nismo announced the launch of the Nismo 380 RS. The Nismo 380 RS is a factory modified version of the Nissan Z33 Fairlady Z. I might have to check this car out a little bit later. I'll see what this car looks like after I finish. So in February 2007, Nismo announced the launch of the Nismo 380 RS. The Nismo 380 RS is a factory modified version of the Nissan Z33 Fairlady Z, tuned by both Nismo and A.K.A. Two versions were released. The first was a track-only model called the 380 RS-C, or 380 RS-C. C for competition. Competition. The second is a street model being sold at Nissan dealerships, or Nissan dealers, as you'll call it. Both versions use a Nissan VQ series engine. Nissan VQ series V6 engine, bored and stroked to 3.8 liters. The track-only 380 RS-C makes 400 horsepower, and the street version makes approximately 350 horsepower. The Nismo 380 RS was only sold in Japan. Next is production cars. The first Nismo branded car was the 1987 Skyline R31. So it was the R31 GTS-R. So this right here is the R31. So this one, it can also be featured in some Forza games as well. Specifically, the one I remember, it was like Forza Horizon 4 I used to play years ago, and it had this car featured in it. I mean, it kind of looks alright, I mean, I guess. But if I had to pick one, I'd pick the... So that was the 7th generation, but if I had to pick one, I would definitely pick the, I would definitely pick the 10th generation, the R34 GTR. That's the one I would pick. So yeah, the first Nismo branded car was the 1987 Skyline. So 1987 Skyline R31 GTS-R, or GTS-R Group A. So Group A Evolution Special, limited to 823 units. Well, 823 examples. This was followed by the 1990 Skyline GTR Nismo, of which only 560 were produced. Both cars featured weight-saving, aerodynamic performance, and reliability improvements necessary for the how do you even say this word? For the Rigors, which is spelled R-I-G-O-U-R-S. So Rigors, I think, I don't know how you say that, of Group A competition. The next Nismo release was the Skyline GTR R34 Z-Tune. My dream car, the R34 GTR, pretty cool. So the next Nismo release was the Skyline GTR R34 Z-Tune edition, intended to celebrate the 2005 20th anniversary of Nismo. The 2003 cancellation of R34 production meant that Nismo was only able to create 20 cars. I thought it was 19, but it actually made 20. So 20 cars, all based on second-hand V-spec units purchased back from customers with less than 30,000 kilometers on the odometer, or the so with less than 30,000 kilometers on the dashboard, well, on a speedometer, roughly around there. So 30,000 kilometers. It's not bad. The Z-Tune sold for 17,745,000 yen, which is roughly around 146,600. So 146,600 US dollars as of December 7th, 2005. That was like a week before I was born, actually. I was born 7 days after that. So I was born December 14th, 2005. So yeah, as of December 7th, 2005, 7 days before I was born, in Japan. However, the parts conversion version where the customers Skyline GTRs became the base car sells for 13 million, so a little bit less, 13,125,000 yen, which is 108,500 US dollars as of December 7th, 2005. Due to rarity, the GTR Z-Tune can exceed $500,000 in the car market. The engine is an RB28 DTT Z2, a normal GTR engine with a stroked displacement of 2.8 liters, and Nismo parts designed specifically for the Z2. The car weighs 1,600 kilos. Wait, hold on. Say 1,600. Wait, yeah, 1,600 kilos, approximately. 3,527 pounds. So 3,527 pounds. Nismo was also responsible for the R33 Skyline, so R33 Skyline 400R and S14 Silvia 270R models. I might talk about a Silvia one day. I don't know when, but at some point I'll possibly try. Alright, so Nismo was also responsible for the R33 Skyline 400R, so 400R, and S14 Silvia 270R models. Both featured comprehensive modifications to the drivetrain, suspension, brakes, drivetrain, suspension, brakes, chassis, and aerodynamic work. Very limited numbers of both models were sold in 1997. And both commanded high resale prices even today. These models stressed Nismo's link to streetcar tuning and were developed, as was the Z-Tune GTR, at their Chiba City tuning garage. Chiba is spelled CHIBA, and then City tuning garage. So Chiba City tuning garage. Nismo street tuned vehicles have been sold at Nissan dealerships for years, and comes with full warranties. Nismo also produced 21 versions of the Pulsar GTI R. Essentially, these cars contained, as of the Nismo group and parts available at the time in a fully built car. Alright, what I got here now is a list of Nismo branded consumer vehicles, and it will show the base model, the Nismo model, and the production years. So there's like 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. A few of them are boring as hell. Others are pretty good. So first one is the 350Z. So it's the base model. For the Nismo edition, it's the Nismo 350Z from 2004 to 2008. Next up is the 370Z. Also, for the Nismo version, it is the Nismo 370Z from 2009 to 2020. Next up is the GTR. So GTR Nismo from 2014, and it is still in production in the present. Well, still the future, as I call it. Next up is probably the worst one, the Juke. We got the Juke Nismo of 2013, 2017. Then the Micra, which is the worst one in the world. Which for some reason for the Nismo model they called it the March Nismo. From 2013 to present. Next up is the Note Nismo. From 2014, and it's still in production in the future, or present, whatever you call it. That one is the worst one. Then we got the got the Patrol Nismo. From 2010, and it's in the present as well. Well, future still. But it's only in the Middle East. And I saw it in the Grand Tour. They had a modified version of that car, like 1900 horsepower almost. I think. And it smoked a freaking 918 Spider. And I'm like, how? I'm like, how the hell did they do that? I mean, like, I want to know, like, the physics behind it. Like, what kind of engine did that really have? So, got the Patrol Nismo 2010, and is still in the future. The Middle East only version. But yeah, I'm wondering how they managed to pull that off. But whatever they did, that was genius. Total genius. So now we got the Sentra Nismo 2017 to 2019. Then we got the Sylvia, so that one's a good one. We got a couple good ones now. So the Sylvia, the Nismo 270R from 1994. Then we got the Skyline GTR and the Skyline GTR Nismo from 1989 to 1994. Say 1989 to 1994. Now we got the Skyline and Skyline Nismo from 2023, and it's still in the production for the future. Then we got the Aria. Don't really know what that one is. Oh god, it's new 2022 Nissan Aria SUV. I'm not really interested in this one. Then we got the Aria Nismo version, and it's in 2024, and it will still be in production presumably. That one's an electric one, but not interested. Next up is the Japanese Grand Prix. So there's not much info in there anyway. In the 1960s, Nissan competed in the Japanese Grand Prix sports car race. Next up is the IMSA GT Championship. Not much on there as well, but a little bit more info. But so IMSA GT IMSA GT Championship. Nissan joined the IMSA GT Championship. So Nissan joined the IMSA GT Championship in 1979. It's like at the end of the 80s and almost before the start of the early 1980s. So yeah, Nissan joined the IMSA IMSA GT Championship in 1979. So in 1979, where it competed in the GT classes with the 240SX, 280SX, and the 240 SX, the 280 ZX, and the 300 ZX. From 1985 to 1993. They entered the main GTP classes with the GTP ZX Turbo and NPT 90. Geoff Brabham, can't really pronounce it, but his first name is spelled Geoff, and his last name is spelled Brabham, born March 20th, 1952, who's an Australian race car driver and who spends the majority of his racing career in the US. Won four GTP GTP drivers championships with Nissan from 1988 to 1990. Sorry, from 1988 to 1991. And the manufacturer won the 1992 24 Hours of Daytona and the 1989, 1990, and 1991 12 Hours of Sebring. So Sebring, there we go. So Geoff Brabham, born March 20th, 1952. He's an Australian racing driver. Brabham spent the majority of his racing career in the US. Say won four GTP drivers championships with Nissan from 1988 to 1991, and the manufacturer won the 1992 24 Hours of Daytona, and the 1989, 1990, and 1991 12 Hours of Sebring. Next up is the the World Sports Prototype Championship. In the 1980s and 1990s, well, in the 80s and 90s, Nissan raced at the All Japan Sports Prototype Championship, or the AJSPC. So Nissan raced at the AJSPC, which stands for All Japan Sports Prototype Championship, and 24 Hours of Le Mans. So 24 hours of Le Mans with sports prototypes such as the R88C, R89C, R90C, and the R391. Ow. And the R391. They claimed the 1990, 1991, and 1992 JSPC titles, JSPC titles, but they never won at Le Mans. Notable Nissan drivers in this era include Masahiro Hasemi, Kazuyoshi Hoshino, Masahiko Kagayama, and Toshio Suzuki. Next up is touring car racing. In the 1980s, the manufacturer entered the Fuji Grand Fuji Grand Champion Series with Group 5 Bluebird. The Group 5 Bluebird, Skyline and Sylvia Silhouettes, and the Japanese Touring Car Championship, the JTCC for short, the Japanese Touring Car Championship, JTCC, with production Skyline models. In the 1990s, Nissan competed in Super Touring Championships around the world with the Nissan Primera, winning the 1999 British Touring Car Championship with this, I can't really pronounce this one. It's a French word. Hold on. So Lawrence Ayilu, or whatever it was, who's French former race car driver, most notable for winning the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1998, the BTCC British Touring Car Championship in 1999. And the this one is a tough one. This is a German word, so we just gotta translate this one. At the
Deutsche Tourenwagen.
Deutsche Tourenwagen Masters DTM series in 2002. So Laurent Ayilu. I can't really pronounce it. Whatever. Next up is the Supercar Championship. From 2013 onwards, Nissan competed in the Supercars Championship with Kelly Racing, known as Kelly Groove Racing, and Nissan Motorsports, which is an Australian motor racing team which competes in the Dunlop Super 2 series. So that's for Nissan. So Kelly Racing fielding 4 Nissan Altimas. The factory backing concluded at the end of 2018. Although the Altimas continued to be privately entered in 2019. Next up is International GT Racing. In 2009, Nissan entered the FIA GT1 World Championship with a Nismo developed Nissan GTR. Krum, which is spelled Krumm, and Lucas Lur, I can't really pronounce that. His last name. Last name is tough to actually pronounce. So, Lucas Lur, born July 22nd, 1979, who's a German BMW factory racing driver. Currently competing for BMW. And Rahal Letterman Racing in the GTLM category of the Tudor United Sports Car Championship, or USCC. So in 2009, Nissan entered the FIA. So in 2009, Nissan entered the FIA GT World Championship with a Nismo developed Nissan GTR. Krumm and Lucas Lur were 2011 drivers championships, not championships, sorry, 2011 drivers champions. So champions, there we go. Since 2011, Nismo had produced the GTR GT3, which has competed in the Blancpain Endurance Series. Nismo has also developed production class Nissan GTR cars for the 24 Hours of Nürburgring. At Nürburgring in Germany, or Nordschleife. So in 2009, Nissan entered the FIA GT1 World Championship with a Nismo developed Nissan GTR. Krumm and Lucas Lur were 2011 drivers champions. since 2011, Nismo has produced the GTR GT3, which has competed in the Blank Pain Endurance Series. Blank Pain Endurance Series. Nismo has also developed production class Nissan GTR cars for the 24 Hours of Nürburgring Nordschleife. They also have a pool of drivers known as the Nismo Global Driver Exchange. So Nismo Global Driver Exchange. This allows factory drivers to exchange. This allows factory drivers the exchange. Not exchange. This allows factory drivers the chance. There we go. To race in big events such as the Le Mans 24 hours. Say 24 hours of Le Mans, the 24 hours of Dubai, and the Bathurst. Can't really say it. I wanted to try saying Australian, but I'm not really good. So 24 hours of Bathurst in Australia. Next up is prototype racing. Nissan's first LMP1 hybrid, which was both unsuccessful and caused both Nissan and Nismo to withdraw Le Mans entirely. From 2011, my favorite year, to 2016, say from 2011 to 2016, Nissan was involved in the FIA World Endurance Championship and European Le Mans Series as a LMP2 engine supplier. So engine supplier. They have had success with Greaves Motorsports. So yeah, Greaves Motorsports, Signature Team, Oak Racing, TDS Racing, G-Drive Racing, and SMP Racing. In 2011, Nissan entered the DPI class of the WeatherTech Sports Car Championship with Extreme Speed Motorsports. With Extreme Speed Motorsports. Extreme Speed Motorsports. Nissan announced in June 2014 that Nismo will enter the LMP1 category to fight for the FIA World Endurance Championship against Audi, Toyota, and Porsche. Following a disappointing performance in the 2015 24 Hours of Le Mans, the prototype's remaining schedule in 2015 was pushed back, with the team intending a regular reboot in the 2016 season, or debuts. So a regular debut in the 2016 season. However, on December 22nd, 2015, 3 days before Christmas even started, Nissan announced that it was shuttering the program altogether. So I'll do this last part and then I'll take a break. Last one before I end it there for now is Formula E. In the inaugural season of Formula E, DAMS as DAMS partnered with sister company Renault to form Team EDAMS Renault, where they became the first Formula E team's champion. At the end of the 2017-2018 season, Renault decided to focus on Formula One, with Nissan taking over Renault's place in the partnership with EDAMS to form Nissan EDAMS for the 2018-2019 season. In April 2022, Nissan announced the acquisition of the EDAMS race team and entered the 2022-2023 season as Nissan Formula E team. All right, so I'm gonna take a bit of a break right now. So as Nissan Formula E team. So I'll take a bit of a break. I've got current teams, current factory drivers, and racing results to finish off left, and then that will be it. So I'll be back a little bit later for part 2 for Nismo. So if you guys like part 1, like and subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, hit the notification bell and hit all so you are alerted of when I'm making new uploads. Alright, so I'll be back a little bit later for part 2 on Nismo, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. Peace.